I really don't know. Just have to go back, watch the film, and see where things went wrong.
Hunter, for you as the guy hit through what does it take to kind of rally the troops after having another loss this demoralizing?
Yeah, it's tough, but that's kind of life in the Big 12. We got a top, 5 opponent coming into Allen on Monday, so it's a real short turnaround. We got to put this one behind us and really prepare for a really good team coming in.
Hunter, what was the difference in both halves?
The difference was they scored 21 points in the first half and then scored 60 in the second. I don't think you'll ever beat a team allowing them to score 60 points in a half. I think that's pretty hard to overcome, even if we have a 19-point lead going into halftime.
Hunter, even with VJ going out there, what was so difficult to stop Brown and just his career?
He just did a really good job of coming off the screen, putting our guards in jail, and then kind of playing off that. Their bigs do a good job of really being unselfish and kind of screening the bigs off so that the guards can really, get some open shots down there.
Do you think Baylor kind of got into foul trouble early, but it seemed like it flipped somewhere in that game? How did that factor into play down the stretch?
Yeah, we should have been more aggressive towards the guys who had 4 fouls because they were key guys, and so I think that's on the players. We got to be more aggressive, trying to get downhill, try more contact.
Zeke, what took away the three-pointer? It looked like it was going well the first half.
I don't know. They were they were probably just more aggressive on defense the second half. But we kind of expected that, knowing they were down big at half, and then coach probably jumped them and told them to be more aggressive and run us off the line, forced us to make plays inside the perimeter. So that's probably what it was.
Hunter, what was the mood at halftime? Do you think you guys relaxed at all? Or?
We were pretty confident at halftime. We felt like we did a really good job of guarding their sets and really forcing some bad shots, and we were playing off that. I think in the second half we just did not get stops. I don't remember a time where we got like 2 in a row stops, so gave up too many points in that second half for sure.
What kind of impact did their press have? It seemed like it forced a few turnovers before you guys figured it out.
Yeah, we gotta figure out something. Teams are clearly noticing that that's a trouble for us, and so we gotta go back to the drawing board as a team, coaching staff, players included. We gotta go figure something out.
Zeke and Hunter, will it be especially difficult to come back since it looked like you had a comfortable lead? It has to be a pretty tough loss compared to other ones.
Any loss is terrible. Honestly, for me, I hate losing more than I love winning. So this one definitely stings, knowing we had a big lead at halftime. But it's a Big 12. Anything can happen. Every team in this league is good, more than capable of coming back from a deficit like that. So.
Not really much. Let's get out of here and get back to Lawrence and regroup. And we only got less than 48 hours, I guess, before Iowa State rolls to town. So I really didn't say much. I don't think in situations like that there's really a lot to be said. To be honest with you, any type of pick 'em up talk isn't going to be heard. And there's no reason to get on anybody. So I didn't really say much.
What do you feel like changed and kind of, tail two halves kind of?
I honestly believe the oranges that we ate at halftime that Baylor provided was probably the reason why we sucked the second half. I thought that, I didn't think they were any good the first half, and we were terrific. In the second half, we came out, I thought, with the mindset to, the score 0-0, and let's just win the first 5 minutes. And, you get outscored 17-2, whatever, to start the second half. I don't know what it was, but it was close to that. And they had all momentum. So they were as good as we were the first half plus. and we were as bad as they were the first half plus, and you know, just kind of a tale of two halves.
Hunter mentioned that they should have, that the players on the court should have been more aware of going at the guys who had 4 fouls. You try to like make the team aware of who those players were and target them at various points, or how do you approach it?
Yeah, well, we wanted to drive it. You know, obviously they weren't. I'm not going to say they weren't going to guard us, but they weren't going to foul us. So naturally, in that situation, you got to drive the ball, and we didn't do a good job of that at all. But we also had some finishes that were, you know, should be baskets every time, and we came with nothing several times. I think it was several, maybe it was a few, but I can think of 3 or 4 where there's no way we can't come away with points, and we managed not to.
Those 60 points the second half, what was the difference?
I tried to just tell you it's the fruit. So you thought that was a joke? No, it was really the fruit. We didn't guard anybody second half. Their ball screen, our ball screen stuff, and a lot of it's, you know, what we told them to do. So that's on me. But you know, the freshman's going to be a really good player. You know, they got one freshman that's going to be a top 5 pick, but the other kid's going to be a really good player, and he wore us out the second half. We had no answer for him.
What difference did that make? Obviously, BJ leaving with the injury, but Rob stepping into that role pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, I've seen him in tape. I've seen him have similar type games. I mean, he gets downhill. When VJ and Rob and Nunn are in the game together, they get downhill about as well as any 3 guards we played with the individual moves. I mean, they're just fast. They can lift you and get their shoulders past you. They get downhill. And then they bring in Lefty. I don't want to mispronounce the name, Celestine, and you know, he's totally different. You know, he's a perimeter jump shooter, and of course he made them in the second half. So they've got a good blend, and that's without, you know, Roach. They've got a chance. You know, I can't speak to Scott's teams. I've talked to Scott on the phone, and I know that they've struggled having all their pieces together all year long. And if they can get right at the right time, that's a team that could, you know, seriously be dangerous. And today, you know, second half they were right, and of course we contributed to it in every way, shape, or form.
I know you place a lot of value on who finishes out games. How'd you kind of decide to go with KJ and Diggy over Flory and Shaq in that last stretch?
Flory and Shaq didn't score today, so and at least you know, the other two, at least, you know, the lid was off the basket a little bit. So yeah, that wasn't a real difficult decision.
Trouble closing out that UH game last weekend and then this today. Any concern about the closeout part of it, or is it easy to just kind of move on?
No, it's not easy to move on. To me, yeah, there's some concern. The closeout part today was a little different because we're up 7, if I'm not mistaken, at the under 8 timeout and didn't close out. The other team, we're up 6 with 18 seconds left. I mean, it was certainly shooting free throws. It was 2 different type games. I mean, you know, I could be wrong, but I think Baylor had the lead by the under 4 timeout. So we certainly didn't play very well in certain segments, without question. But the way the game ended was indicative of how the entire second half went. It wasn't just a closeout, if that makes sense to you.
You called that quick timeout in the second half, early in the second half. You looked a little upset. Do you kind of worry about how you got a big lead and you kind of come out in the second half and maybe you let the guard down a little bit?
Well, we talked. We don't talk about don't let our guard down. We talked about they're going to be a different team this half, and we have to be as good or better than we were the first half. So I don't like talking about the negative even though you can present it in a way where it's factual and not negative. And that's what we try to do. And obviously, it's a 7-0 run in the first minute, and total complexion of the game changed.
Kind of going along with that, did you ever feel like you had the momentum, like you said, up 7? I think you were up double digits at one point in that second half.
Yeah, they went on like a 17-0 run, I think. No, I never felt like we had momentum in the second half, even though it got back to 8 or whatever, under 8 timeout, but I never felt like we had momentum.
Are you happy you have a game Monday, or, coming back from a tough loss?
No. We're going to postpone it till Tuesday. So, it's a lot easier to play on a short break if you have momentum going into it and energy and all that stuff. And we're going to have to regroup, obviously. So by Monday we'll be happy we're playing. But certainly that's a tougher test for us today than it would be for Baylor if they were playing Monday. Okay, guys, thanks.